Welcome to the Divorce Devil Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Rachel. Follow us as we dive into all the positive and negatives of post-divorce recovery. Stay tuned for some real and sometimes raw end-of-the-road divorce topics. Please put on your big pants because we're full of honesty, authenticity, and irrefutable truths.
This progressive podcast ain't for the faint-hearted. Enjoy. All right, everybody. Welcome everybody out there to, what are we doing? Oh, Divorce Devil, episode 85. Yeah. We're 15 away from 100. 100 episode, we're going to do something special, maybe outside.
Yeah. Maybe we'll go take a field trip to Denver.
Yeah.
And see Mary Poppins
and check out some sex rooms.
The nanny, yeah.
Yes, nanny in the sex rooms.
The nanny of sex rooms.
Today we're going to talk about, Jesus Christ.
10 traits.
Top 10 traits and or qualities not to carry over from your divorce to new friendships and or relationships. So just not from your wife or husband to your boyfriend, girlfriend, from your wife, husband, or old boyfriend, old girlfriend to the new friend, the new booty call, the new friends with benefits, the new friend, all that stuff.
The serial dating people, the serial. No?
No.
Okay.
So what's one of your top 10?
Well, this is tough because I feel like the reason I got out of my marriage was because I wasn't able to be myself. So one of the things that I would definitely say is like, I don't pick fights. I'm not trying to get a reaction from someone. I'm living my best life. And no matter what the person in their new relationship that you're in, I'm going to be the best version of me that, as of course, as healing and growing and all the stuff that goes on with that. But I feel like that's a big, I'm not going to start a fight for a reaction because you should want to be able to communicate with me. You should want to, talk it out instead of yell and argue and, pick fights.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for that first of the top 10.
Awesome. I think I did all of them.
Oh, no. So mine's going to be...
that was really professional. Are we
Yes.
Did we change direction on this podcast?
Yes, we're going to be professional today. Oh, hell no.
Jesus
because we're going to talk about sex rooms.
There we go.
This.
We changed it.
Sex rooms.
I said Jesus balls.
So number 2, which is my first, having a better attitude, not going into it all pissed off because you're going to argue. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of an offshoot of yours, but more to the standpoint of being able to talk to them and conflict resolution. There you go. Better conflict resolution.
Yeah. I mean, I think in your marriage too, especially if you're having problems or you get separated and you're not sure if you're going to get divorced and then you decide you're going to get divorced, one of the big things is communication. Okay, dude. I can't concentrate.
I had to go ahead and throw them early. Throw the signs
this
early.
Big black thing in my face. The picture behind me. You throwing gang signs or whatever the hell you're doing. I lost your video. I can't concentrate when you do that.
There we go.
Okay. I think again, having a better attitude. The communication has failed at some point for you to be in the situation that we're in, right? So, not going into it with a negative approach. Now, I said, Lance and I have never had a fight or an argument. We've had a moment where I thought we were going to die on a camping trip and I kind of yelled and he said something and I looked at him and he looked at me and I go, what'd you say? So there's a lot of
what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, there's a lot of playfulness in it. And I feel like when I was going through all this shit through the divorce, I was almost like, I didn't care if you were mad. But then I had to get to the point where it was like, I need just peace so I can deal with you, so I can
give me a sheet of
figure
paper,
stuff out with my son. So a lot of it became, figuring out what the communication temperature is. And so now I'm just I'm going to say whatever. You can process it or whatever. It's not my responsibility of how you perceive what I'm saying, but my responsibility in a new relationship is to definitely communicate and say, hey, what are you thinking? Lance and I have only been dating for 2.5 years. So there's things that we talk about that I have never ever talked with my ex about, just because I'm so much more comfortable in my skin, and I have an opinion. So, I mean, and before, like, if I suspected something, or if I was upset about something, or I was mad because someone spoke to me illy and he wasn't, didn't stick up for me, I was like, you know what? Now I'm going to fucking show you how I feel because someone spoke to me like that, or you didn't tell someone to fuck off because you're being rude to my wife or whatever. So I was just like, nah, good. Now I'm going to show you how I felt when that person said this.
You're going to show them.
Yeah. So now I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to show you. If I upset you, I'm going to apologize wholeheartedly because I'm really actually sorry. But most of the times I give no fucks.
How did you smooth that in there? Seriously?
I'm awesome. Like, have you not heard the podcast? Like, I transition well. I mean, the theater director.
So then what is your number 3? You're actually number 2, but your number 3 things not to bring into a new relationship, friendships?
Being my own person. I think I was very codependent on my ex because we grew up together. I mean, I met him when I was 20 and we divorced when I was 45. So there's a lot of time where I probably didn't need him, but I wanted to feel needed. So my codependency.
That was awesome. Thank you for that. That was like right on time.
I can't. I can't. Okay. What was I saying?
You're being your own person.
This is me right here. That noise was how my brain works. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, yeah. So being my own person and like being less codependent, like I'm going to do things that I like. You should do things you like. But if we want to do things together, great. But if you don't want to come to do something that I want to do, that's also okay.
Yeah, life goes on.
I would love for you to, and I'm going to invite you to every single thing that I'm doing. And sometimes you're going to be able to come. Sometimes you're not. I'm really into theater. I love theater. Like anytime.
Rachel loves theater.
Anybody want to send me
tickets? Rachel loves theater. You can send me tickets.
Anyway, so I can understand if like my partner didn't want to go see like, Pretty Woman the musical. Whatever.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I see. So, but
that sounds like a whole lot of fun.
I love the movie.
I would stop a podcast. Hey, I would stop a podcast to see that.
Okay, David, you should take me.
Yeah,
that should be my my pay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't just entertain. Whatever. I should be paid for this.
So my second, which is number 4. Mm-hmm. I know my second is
what?
Bad sex.
Wait. So
don't bring bad sex to the next relationship. Go to school, go to sex school, read a book,
watch Netflix,
do something. Don't bring that same shit to the party.
I have to verify, whatever we want to call this.
Yes.
Are you saying you were the bad sex person in your marriage?
I never said that. But wait. Yes. I didn't take the time to ask questions or research or go read a Karma Sutra book.
Okay.
But now I'm that guy that reads everything, man. I even know that Amazon has vibrators.
And there's a show on Netflix called How to Build a Sex Room that David told me about and told me I had to watch. And people, you need to watch. Yeah, it's fun.
And it's out of Denver, just up the street.
It's based out of Denver. And it's like the nanny on crack.
There's a lady on there. She's divorced and she's given her sex room. She's one of the last ones. I want to get her on the show. So if anybody knows this lady, have her contact us. I think her name is Lisa.
I mean, that narrows it down, dude. All the Lisas in Denver, could you please contact us?
Well, if anybody knows Lisa on the show, just have her email us and we want her on the show.
I mean, what better place to have her?
Yeah.
I mean,
anyway,
we could do that here at the studio.
Yep.
Make it like exotic and erotic.
So back to bad sex. Bad sex ranges anywhere from same old sex to no sex. Because I know people that were in sexless marriages.
Yeah.
So then I want to be in sexless relationships and their friendships.
Well, part of that too, a lot of divorces are because of infidelity, right? So someone's been cheated on, or someone doesn't feel loved enough, or someone just feels like they're not the most important person in that marriage. So
every time you screw up, I'm just going to hit that button.
Blah, blah, blah. So I think when sex is all encompassing, especially for women, right? You have to have a little foreplay. You have to have this. And
For what?
Foreplay.
Oh.
Lots of play. 5 play, 20 play. Whatever you want, play.
Freakazoids, robots, please report to the dance floor.
Oh, man.
Oh, my poor nose. I hurt my nose this weekend. Oh, man. Make my little nose. Okay. What was it?
Bad sex.
Bad sex. So
Bad
a lot
sex.
of marriages will they will fall short.
Oh, wow.
In the sex department.
They don't quite hit the mark.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
yes.
There's a lot of spots.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder which one.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
And
That's
I'm going
it.
to peek.
That's it. There's no more spots after F.
I mean, we can make some. Give no Fs.
Yeah,
That's a good spot
give
to
no
be
Fs.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think you really have to be willing in a new relationship, especially if you've been married for a long time. A lot of times it gets mundane. It gets like a chore. And if you're not making that other person in your marriage feel the things that go along with that. Yeah, sex can be, I just need some sex. And should also be intimate. So
Intimate, what's that? What's intimate?
You really?
Yeah.
Really?
Intimacy?
Yeah.
Why? Slam, bam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Why is it always me that's getting the... I mean, my voice is high enough.
Because I have control of the button.
Control.
Control. Now I'm all grown up. Control. Get what I got.
Control. Wait, okay, whatever.
So,
Okay,
so how would a woman, since you're a woman, coming out of a bad relationship, how would she improve her sex quotient? Ooh, I like that.
First of all, you got to know what you like. And that may be a toy. That may be some porn. That may be asking friends
like a Hot Wheel car or like a dump truck, like a Tonka truck.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Again, they don't just take batteries. They can be plugged in now. Some of them are like remote.
USB ports.
Mm-hmm,
Yes.
exactly.
Yep.
And so
I heard.
Kelly told us.
Yes.
Duh. So I think learning what you liked and what you accepted, because there's a lot of times you're just like, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to fake it because I want it to be over because I hate my partner, or my partner and I don't see eye to eye. There's no intimacy. There's no fight.
Or I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Or I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. So
hurt his feelings, girl. Hurt his feelings. Tell him that you are coming up short.
Well, one of the things I actually, when I was going to my divorce group, we did talk about how do you feel sexy when you've been with someone so long, and how do you know you're doing it right? If you were young and it's maybe your first or their fifth partner, whatever, some of people literally dated their high school first boyfriend, whatever. And what if they weren't getting pleasure from that person? Now they're done and they're like, I don't know what to do. Let me tell you, people, there are videos, there are friends who sell pure romance, there are sexuality things you can do. I know a lot of people
You need to read my book, How to Be a Hoe.
with some sugary
With some cereal. How to Be a Hoe.
How to be a hoe in the face. So I know women have done boudoir pictures to feel sexy. They just
They can text Kelly. They can email Kelly.
I actually do have a friend who does
Kelly
those
stuff. Yep.
That photography too. So you can reach out and I can give you her information. So there's lots of ways to figure out what you like, because how are you going to please anybody in a new relationship if you aren't getting pleased?
It's just like, how you going to make other people happy if you're not happy?
Yeah.
How you going to get excited about sex if you're not excited about sex?
Because listen to me, I love sex. We know this, right? And I thought that everybody liked all parts of sex. So like, I mean, I'm sure there's people that are like shy about doing stuff, but if you're in a loving relationship, you may try new things and, you know,
Do
especially
it
after
all.
that
Do
sex
it
room
all.
thing. Some people are very innocent or way they're brought up by the church or whatever.
Hey, church girls are freaks. Come on now.
I'm just saying.
All right.
The one episode we saw, the guy had to read abstinence books.
Yes, that was interesting.
Right? Like
Yeah.
he was told to read
Yep.
abstinence, and if he had sex, he was going to hell.
Yep.
So his view on it was, I'm being naughty, even though I don't know what naughty is, right? So I didn't know
we have
a
to
lot
take
of
off
women.
the bad connotation off of sex.
Yeah. So in the divorce group that I had gone to, we had a whole section about sex and how do you get, basically how does Stella get her groove back, right?
Mhm.
And so they talked about like some people are not oral. Some people are not, you know, they don't want you to kiss their neck. They don't want you to do this, especially if they had a traumatic or an abusive thing. How do you find where your comfort level is?
Communication.
Exactly. So our, you know, of course, I'm sure there was people hooking up at the divorce thing, whatever.
No.
But no.
No.
But a lot of it was questioning yourself. You did? Did
No.
you date anybody in your recovery thing?
I was a facilitator.
Is that like outside?
We were told not to, no, because you hit them, man, they're hurting.
If that eye candy came into your group and if the group was over in 7 weeks, hey, I can help you. Let me help you with your feels.
Now, after it was over, that's a different story.
Yeah,
after everybody
exactly.
goes home, 2 nights.
Who's the best student? Who progressed quickly? Who wasn't angry the most? Who may not kill me?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think you as newly divorced, whatever, even I feel like a lot of times too, like when you're going through divorce, you don't want nothing. You're like, nah, I'm done, whatever.
But you're missing
there's
out,
also
man.
that
You gotta
whole
get after it.
The whole phase helps you figure out what you want. And then when you get in a good place with somebody, you can be like, oh, I want to try this. Have you ever tried this? And there's just a lot of getting past that comfort of I'm used baggage because I've failed my marriage. And, you know, it definitely is, you know, figure out who you are.
Well, that's a long time on bad sex. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5 for you. Number 3 for you. Number 5.
Mine was financial ignorance.
Oh, there you go.
Not knowing what my finances were, but just living the life and worked hard for what I had and thinking that, you know, well, we just went on a trip. We have to have money. I mean, why would we go on a trip if we didn't have money? Or why would we buy this? Or why would we do that? Or why are we now members of the country club? Or why are we this? And, you know, why? And knowing where I am financially and what my responsibility in the marriage was, he made 3 times as much as me. I was the everyday, like, grocery shopping, this, that, whatever. Paid the bills with mine. And then his money was our fun money, whatever you want to call it. I had a nice house, nice car, nice vacations, all that stuff. But I did not know the depths of our demise, basically.
So it's more of a control issue now that you have control.
Yeah.
Total control and total knowledge
And
of what's going on.
I think, too, like, now that I'm better financially and, you know, I know that there's a steady income coming in and all this other stuff. I'm also afraid to let anybody help me because, you know, the last person who helped me literally fucked me over.
Yep.
So, yeah, financial ignorance is not one. Like, definitely learning how to create a budget and how, like, you know, what it means to have a retirement fund or whatever it means to have a savings or a, you know, 401k and a Roth or all these things that go into being financially stable so you can retire someday if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't like to rely on anybody. Like when I had $27 in the bank and I was with Lance, I was like, nope, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't have any money. But he's just like, well, I can't. I'm like, no. And it was protecting myself. It was putting up those proverbial walls.
It was hard to let go.
Yeah, and I still am like, I know I have this much money until this much day, and this date's taken out, and this is when this comes. You know, so I wasn't that person. And when we lived in Jersey, like, I paid the bills, like, but I paid it out of, you know, the big fund. And so.
I've got a good one.
Okay.
Appreciate the simple things and pimp people.
Pimp.
not pimp.
Pimp them out.
No. Appreciate the simple
Are you a
things
pimp?
and people.
Are you a hoe?
No.
Oh, I could hoe you out and make the money.
This is a divorce
Sorry, Valerie.
recovery podcast.
I know.
We're talking about pimps and hoes. That comes later.
Have you been on this podcast at all? Are
Pimps
you
and hoes
actually
later.
present when we do this podcast?
So appreciating your friends, appreciating your family, show them appreciation, words of affirmation, whatever it takes, but show them appreciation. Just don't take things for granted because it not always be there.
Yeah.
And the fact that you are recovering and coming to your better and new reality, you have to appreciate the people who helped you get there.
Yeah.
Or the people that kind of fucked you over and helped you get there.
Yeah,
so it's always that negative learning too.
And they taught you a lesson,
Yep.
what
Yep.
we say too.
Thank you for fucking me over. I learned.
I mean,
Yeah.
now I know. Well, and that also, comes to one of my next one, if you're done. But,
I am now, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, I was going to say, like, not keeping that cynical point of view. And that goes with people fucking you over. Like, how many times am I going to let you walk all over me, be mean, toxic, narcissistic, all this other stuff? And so leaving that cynical, although probably just, attitude behind. Like, yes, I fucking hate that this happened because someone else decided they were going to be shitty or whatever. And I now hate people. I don't trust anybody. I put walls up. And like when I first met Lance, I was
People are basically stupid until proven otherwise.
we love it. We love that.
There we go. Hello.
That's our slogan.
Well, back then, but not now.
No. But yeah, and so you can put walls up, but don't lay in that cynical, coffin, basically. Don't just sit there and be like, fuck, everybody sucks. Because when I met Lance, I was like, I'm not getting in a relationship. I'm not falling for anybody.
And bam.
All guys are fucking idiots. Nobody gives a shit about anybody. Everybody ghosts you and all this bullshit. And you put in a one step more of, trying, and you're too clingy. You're this, you're that. And I was like, I'm not going to try. I'm just going to be myself. And you don't fucking like it, move along. There's so many other people out there. And I can just check my DMs. Like, there's a lot of penises, if that's what I need to look at, which I don't need to look at. People, do not send unsolicited dick pics. But there's so much more that you deserve to just sit in that cynical life. And happiness is definitely worth it.
So you done?
I might be.
Let me just cut you off.
Cut me off. Get it.
Number 8.
Is that like road rage, but
Ready?
pod rage?
Ready?
Yeah.
I got to play on words. Ready?
Got it.
Better foreskin. I mean foresight.
You fucked it up on purpose? You say foreskin?
Foresight.
You said
Better
skin.
listen to me.
Circumcised or
Foresight. Better foresight.
You had a good one, and then you
see the good things in people. I'm just going to keep
podcasted it. You literally podcasted it. Like you did a divorce devil turnaround.
That's okay.
That's what makes our show unique.
Yeah. Not foreskin, foresight.
Yeah, I'm not going to hear the other word.
All you hear is foreskin, foreskin, foreskin.
That's all I heard. Like
8
the
skin,
Charlie Brown
12
teacher's
skin,
going foreskin,
12
foreskin,
skin, 13 skin.
Whatever
all you hear is
skin you
skin.
need. Depends how big
Anyway,
it is, right?
better
Doesn't that depend how big it is
foresight.
too? If it's a 4, like, is it a 9 skin?
Kind of like
If
a
it's 9
forehead and
inches?
8 head. Kind of like a forehead and 8 head.
I got a 5 head.
You got 5 head.
But
Let's see,
times
6
2.
head, 5 head, 4 head.
Give me head.
This girl's crazy.
I think I'm a dude sometimes. My brain's
That's a different podcast.
I mean, I'm not transitioning. I just think sometimes my brain works like a 15-year-old guy.
Better foresight. Not having your head in the sand. Being able to see. God, there we go, head.
I'm 12. I'm so fucking 12. I'm 12. Oh my God, I'm 12.
Not having your mind in the sand. Being
Gutter?
able to see
And the
things.
gutter?
Would you stop?
No.
Being able to see things before they happen. Being able to head things off.
We are stupid until proven otherwise.
Oh my gosh. Please help us.
No, don't. We
Help
love
us.
it.
Help us.
I feel like I'm in the mountains and it's all like, hi, little horsies.
It's like a little episode of Yellowstone.
Oh, that's a good show.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to take you to the train station.
Train station. I'm Beth. Kill your daddy.
I think I have a touch of Beth with like squirrel.
Squirrel and Beth.
I will kick your ass.
But I forget why I'm kicking your ass.
I just know I'm supposed to.
Somewhere in the podcast today, we're helping somebody.
I don't know. Whoa.
Yeah, somewhere in the podcast, we're not talking about foreskins. We're talking about foresight.
I don't even know what yours was. What? Foresight?
4 and 7 years ago. Yeah, foreskin and 7 years ago. Yes.
David was circumcised.
Yep. Oh, wow. Anyway, what's your number 9?
I don't even
Beth?
fucking know. I wrote some shit that doesn't make sense now because all I can think of is foreskin. And as a nurse, I've seen them do that to babies, and that's not nice. I mean, it keeps it clean, but leave them babies alone.
What do you have over there for number 9, please?
What is the topic? What to leave?
Oh my
What
God.
to leave in your marriage? The X. Leave the X there. leave that person there.
Thank you for listening.
He's okay.
Oh my
Don't
God.
worry, I'm a nurse.
Woo.
I'm gonna let him pass out first. I'm gonna be like the
leave
Rachel
the
show.
X there. That's like the best answer out of all 10 answers.
I know. I mean,
Well,
of
that's
course I
9.
said
9.
it.
Yes. Be sure
you
to
did
leave.
say foreskin, so
Be sure to leave the X there,
leave him
or her, or them, or
no,
it's
leave
whatever.
the X, whatever.
Yep.
Whatever they're identifying as these days, leave them there.
Yep. Don't go back.
No. I mean, a lot of people try a lot of times.
Try to work it out, but if it's not working,
If you see the signs of
Yep.
toxic or narcissism or just bullshit, back up.
yeah,
Don't-
that's
no,
pretty
don't
scientific
go
right
forward,
there.
don't
Let's
go
just go with
towards it.
that. Toxic or narcissism or bullshit, back up.
Yeah. Don't go forward. Don't move towards them. Just keep it backing up. We'll get you a beeper and everything. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, so what's yours?
Number 10. I am writing it down. Leave that person, number 9. That is priceless.
Leave the X.
Leave the X.
Well, because you can leave your X too. X marks the spot. I'm out.
Yep. It's gotta be something with kids. So you're raising the kids in a double parent home.
Yeah.
Now you're raising the kids in 2 single parent homes. So you have to step it up a notch.
Yeah.
Step up that kid raising.
Yeah.
Pull it out your ass. No more whining. Step it up.
Yeah.
Step it up.
Be a model. Don't be, the reason they see that's why the divorce happened. The more you can communicate, the more that you can be amicable, which we're going to have a speaker on.
Because it doesn't matter who, what, where. You got to move on.
The
If you-
kids will remember, even after the divorce, my mom and dad were able to talk because it was about me.
Yep.
And I honestly feel like, in our situation, I know you have some things that are trying to work themselves out. Just the fact that I can give a quick text, hey, it's no, like, fuck off or fuck you or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. I can figure out what's going on. We can figure out a schedule, all this other stuff. I think because we can communicate or, we have a scheduled time for him to be at either one of our house. But if he decides that he wants to hang out because friends are there or whatever, it's like, okay, cool, whatever, great.
It's flexible.
Exactly.
Yeah. Be
So-
flexible for your kids.
Yeah.
Don't be so rigid.
Remember, that's how they got here.
Don't be, because you're rigid.
Because you were flexible.
No, because you're rigid.
I wasn't rigid.
Once something was rigid, one was flexible. So there you go. Rigid plus flexible equal kids.
I mean, hard versus... Wait,
No.
I'm so confused.
No, I know.
I mean, sometimes this...
So what's your favorite of the 10 points?
I think learning to be my own person, not being codependent. When a lot of women say, I'm independent. Well, no, I thought I was independent, but I was codependent more. I did my own thing, but I was always questioning whether he, was tracking where I was fucking going, because that happened. Was he tracking me because he was doing other stuff and like always second guessing who I was or my loyalty or whatever because of some shady shit? Definitely, I lost my train of thought because I saw the water behind me.
Stop looking. Look
I mean,
look into the light,
Alaska
Carol
is a
Ann.
place
Don't
I wanna
look into
go.
the light, Carol
And I
Ann.
see-
Don't look into
I'm
the
a
light.
fucking squirrel bug. I'm a bug. There's
Right, I see it. You gotta put it like, I don't know.
There's
Yeah,
Big
that
Ben.
works.
Big Ben.
I don't really want to go there. So yeah, that'll work. I feel like now I'm a unicorn. Woo!
So my favorite.
I'm a unicorn.
So my favorite. Where?
Hey, here, look
Oh.
at my camera.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, whatever.
It's so pointy.
So my favorite isn't the sex, bad sex. My favorite is leaving the ex. That's so
I mean,
basically.
Here's how that
so
came up. You want to
basically-
know how that
oh,
came
that's
up?
awesome. Yes, please.
I lost my train of thought because you said foreskin. And I was like, well, what could I leave in the marriage and not bring to divorce? Well, I got to leave the ex behind.
I'll leave the
to get
foreskin.
divorced. Well,
Yeah.
Wait, you're leaving. Where are you leaving foreskin? You should probably throw it away.
The ex.
The X is your foreskin?
No. No. It ain't that kind of party. But anyway, my favorite is leaving the actual person
Yeah.
behind. And sometimes you can be friends and sometimes you can't. Sometimes
Well, and the other thing-
sometimes you gotta cut ties.
Yeah.
And you have to figure that out.
And that should be that has to be your choice.
Yep.
You know, but if you can choose to change the fucking picture because now I have a head. Now I'm trying to move my unicorn head and it's not working. You have to watch YouTube, people. There's a picture behind me and
Yep.
like I'm stabbing people. Okay. What was I saying? I don't even know. You have to
Help us, please help us. Help me in the studio.
I mean, I
Help
can't
me.
come up with all the smart stuff, David. Sorry.
I know.
But yeah, I definitely think you can't. I don't know. I lost it. What were we talking about?
Top 10 traits not to carry
Your
over from
favorite
your
was
from your demise of
leaving the
divorce.
person. But yeah, you have to leave. They're gonna pop in your brain. There's gonna be memories. There's gonna be that. But you can't hang on to what you thought was good. I mean, you can have good memories and stuff like that, but you can't let that keep bringing you back and back and back. And then, because that doesn't help your healing. That doesn't help your, progression of moving forward and actually maybe being happy again someday or,
Correct.
finding somebody. Because again, if you're cynical, everybody sucks and you don't put yourself out there and you've been burnt 1,000 bazillion times, or the guy that you meet on a dating site, friend out there, actually has 17 girlfriends and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. And
Dang.
like your picker's off and then all the world crashes down. But you can't be cynical that there's not something other. If that's what you want.
Correct.
I mean, not everybody wants to get into a relationship. Not everybody wants
Don't
to get
be
married.
cynical.
Not everybody wants to do whatever that relationship looks like. You need to figure out you first. I got back to where I was.
All right, everybody.
No, we gotta
Rachel's
talk-
back.
Okay, I'm back.
Rachel's back.
Rachel.
Back,
Just back.
back in town.
Sorry.
So
We're going to talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about
You and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. You and me. And
That-
sex rooms.
That's not the real words.
I don't know, but
it. Sounded good. I
Okay.
liked it.
All right, everybody.
I liked it enough.
Hey, thank you for listening to episode
We
80,
didn't talk about the sex
85.
rooms.
Oh, the sex rooms.
David, this is the
go ahead,
highlight
go
of
ahead,
my
go
day.
ahead. Go ahead.
Thinking about.
So I text Rachel this week, earlier this week, and I told her, check out
no, he said you have an assignment.
to watch all episodes of How to Build a Sex Room on Netflix,
Based in Denver.
based in Denver. It is funny as hell and very enlightening, very
And-
entertaining, and very
First,
educational.
Friends, I know what you're all thinking. Sex rooms has got to be dirty. It's trashy. There's people's fluids and all that other crazy stuff in a sex room and blah, blah, blah. This is done so well and so
Tastefully,
tastefully.
it's
and
almost like a PG.
it's PG-esque,
Yep.
but it's also erotic. It's
Yep.
getting people a space to explore and love on each other no matter what, figuring out what you like, which was part of our leaving it behind with your marriage, the bad sex. How do you know what you like now? If you've been in a marriage for 25 years, things are different. People do different things. We are groomed differently. We are expected different things. And sexuality is such a big thing now in our society that why not be comfortable and explore with someone you love or whatever.
Cool.
And so this, the one that touched me the most was this very type A man. He's definitely had something with sexually that was turned off. And his wife is like this jazz singer. She's bohemian. She's beautiful. She's eccentric enough to be like, I want to try different things, but I don't want to push him out of his comfort zone. But we didn't know what his comfort zone was. His was very like, we need this, 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 and this. Meticulous. He wanted like these Bose speakers in the room, and he wanted a TV, and he wanted this and that. But he wasn't really talking about the sex stuff until she made him go to a studio and talk dirty to his wife. And then she gave him some cues to say, hey, what do you like? And then she would talk. And it was really getting to know the couple in order to give them the best room. And she did their actual master bedroom. And she did not make it like dungeony, like what you expect. She made it beautiful and elegant. And it was like almost like Moroccan. And like there was a fireplace. And they had some ties on the end of the bed and some handcuffs. But
wow,
they were now ready to explore each other and be more open and willing to talk. And he was very closed off, and she was very like, woohoo, let's go. And I think a lot of the show too is the women having their sexuality like, woo, girls, wow, prowl. There's a lot of strong women, and it was really nice to see, because a lot of times it's like you are just the sex toy basically. But now you're a partner in a relationship where we want to be sexy and, fulfilled and try new things and all that sort of stuff. So it's really cool.
Check out the show, folks.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
And like, don't judge. Like, I think that's what we need to learn.
Oh, no,
too.
Don't judge.
Well, there's some you need to judge, but don't judge. Watch the show. Tell us what you think. Email us. Warren, we're telling you, Warren, you should watch an episode or 2 or 3. And give us your feedback. And it seems healthy. Most of it seems healthy. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but it seems like, hey, we are so much of a couple and we love each other so much. Or how they even met. Like she was coming back from Boston and he met her at the train station, and it was like she knew that he was her man. And just the love that goes behind exploring sexuality it's really empowering, and it was really cool to watch.
So don't bring bad sexuality. Bring new sexuality.
Or be open. Or if you're not open,
expand your horizons.
You need to communicate with your new partner. I'm not very open because I'm not very experienced, or I don't know that I like that.
But help me do this.
Yeah. And you can always call Kelly if you need toys.
Where's the Pringles? The Pringles can. Anyway, okay.
I mean, where's the Italian food?
Thank you for listening to Divorce Devil episode 85. David and Rachel.
You forgot my name,
no,
really?
David and Rachel's getting ready to sign off.
He's thinking about foreskin.
Yeah.
Well, next week we have a guest, so y'all tune in. Next week is our guest.
Oh, that's right.
AJ.
Yeah, AJ. All right, tune in next week for AJ, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.